Hey everyone, it's Michael V, and we're coming to you with a little bit of a surprising news video today. The silence has been broken at Unico without an official commercial or without the YouTube people, at least that I've seen, making official announcement videos. Last night, Unico dropped a major announcement about the future of their Unico Arcade program, coming out with a brand new product that's going to be easily swappable into existing arcade units. It's the Unico Home Arcade. Let's talk about it right after this. So that's right, guys. Completely random, out of nowhere, with no forewarning, anything. I was on my phone late last night, and all of a sudden I'm scrolling through. I see a post from Neo Geo MVSX Unico Home Arcade about a new product coming out. And I was like, what is this? So let me show you guys what it is. So that's right, guys. You can head on over to the SNK MVSX Home Arcade Facebook page right now and take a look for yourself. But late last night, this post went up talking about how people have been waiting for news and announcements from Unico. What's the next product that's going to be coming out? And out of nowhere, with no forewarning, they announced the Unico Arcade, a retro gaming PCB made with a Jamma Harness interface to plug directly into your current Bartop or 3/4 arcade cabinet, or your full arcade cabinet. And they're stating that this thing is going to be pretty robust, saying that it's going to support game titles from 1970 all the way to 2008. And you guys know there's some pretty impressive titles in that 2008 genre. We're talking about Naomi. We're talking about other hardware that doesn't run on Raspberry Pi, Pi 4. So I'm going to be very interested to see what they're talking about. Price point is $149 for the 2GB RAM, 32GB EMMC, and I'm not even going to pretend I know what that is. $199 for 4GB RAM. There's your specs. You can go take a look for yourself. I don't know how this compares to other competitors, what's in the Arcade 1-Up cabinets, what's in the AtGames Legends Ultimate cabinet, or even the AtGames Legends Pinball. So people that are better at this than me, you can go check it out for yourself. But if you take a look down here, you can see there's the board that everybody's talking about. That's going to become the replacement PCB that's going to go into your arcade cabinet. There's another look at it right now, and a closer look. So this is now the Unico Home Arcade. They're saying that they have their own emulators, and I guess it's going to be bring your own game to the system. There have been some talks about Unico losing their arcade license with Neo Geo, where Neo Geo was purchased by some element over in Saudi Arabia. So I don't know what the issue is there, but you can definitely see they're going in a different direction. So this is interesting. I don't know how this will compare to similar offerings we already have out there from AtGames. AtGames has the Legends Connect, which I just recently worked with in my Build Your Own Legends build. It seems to do the exact same thing, but at a lower price point, but maybe this is going to be more robust. The other thing that's interesting, they kind of leaked this Unico Fight Stick, like home arcade stick. It's another thing AtGames have done already with the Legends Gamer Pro, and the Legends Gamer series. So it's a weird combination. I'm interested to see where this goes. So that's it, guys. That seems to be the future Unico. And they're going with this Unico Home Arcade. Looks like bring your own ROM, but we're going to have to wait to get more information on that. I don't think this is where everybody thought this was going to go, especially seeing their last offering, the Neo Geo MVSX unit. We all remember last year when the Neo Geo initially came out, kind of surprised everybody. There was a Bartop with a stand that you could purchase. Of course, there was this big bus where they send them out to all these YouTubers. It was going to be signed and auctioned off. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know if it ever got auctioned off. I know that the American version made it to Mad Little Pixel and then mysteriously disappeared after that. And then it stopped shipping because it was supposed to go to P-Dubs. The Canadian one made it to Linus Tech Tips partner, then made it to Restalgia. It was supposed to go to me, But here we are more than a year later, and I'm starting to lose hope that it's ever going to come my way. This is Cool Toys' review of the unit. It was really cool. It was such an impressive device for the fact that really with the Neo Geo, if you look back on it, it was a multicade in itself. You could either get a 1 slot, you could get a 4 slot. I'm not going to pretend that I know everything. This is basically emulating the 4 slot, but the MVSX was built to be a multicade, so it just makes sense. I mean, you're not going to buy multiple arcade 1-ups that look exactly like the Big Red with different games on it, so it made sense that it was a multicade, and Unico really came out swinging here. But I think people expected a follow-up that was more along the lines of this. There was always rumors about a Big Blue cabinet coming out in the exact same style and setting, a Big Blue version of the Big Red with a Capcom license, or maybe they would secure another license. I think people are kind of surprised this is the direction that they went in, that they're not making another cabinet like this. Now, me personally, even though I think that the Neo Geo and the history, the lineup of the games, what Unico did was the right move for there because it is a multicade. I never picked one up myself. I had some early concerns about the quality of the unit, and some of the reviews kind of verified some of the things I was concerned about, but I was understandably a little bit gun-shy, and I've said this right from the beginning, because I was an early backer of some Neo Geo products in the past that weren't always so spectacular. I'm sure many of you will remember, if I take you in the way, way back machine, you can take a look at this review all the way back to 2013 from my buddy John Gamester81, of the Neo Geo Gold. This product was supposed to be so incredible. It was basically a little handheld Neo Geo product, but it also had this dock system that was a recreation of the Neo Geo. And while I think it was incredibly cool, unfortunately, it didn't output very well. It only output in it didn't output in 4x3. It output like stretch screens. You had to adjust your TV yourself to make it look correct. That was frustrating. The HDMI emulation, HDMI port out wasn't always great. And the biggest concern that people had was the buttons and sticks. They just weren't as good as the original Neo Geo controller. And I was concerned that that would bleed over into the Neo Geo MVSX Arcade. And to an extent, the buttons and sticks aren't great. They're, low-tier arcade 1-up quality, like Tier 1. There was some issues with the speaker, and the screen was 5.4 when it was supposed to be 4.3. So there was some shimmering and issues with that. But overall, everybody who bought it said it was happy and said it was a good product. Maybe my concerns were a little bit off base. Maybe they were, but I was also told I was possibly going to be getting a review unit at some point, so I was really hoping to check it out for myself before I made the plunge. And I still haven't made the plunge because I out of room, out of money, and I was really hoping to, I'm still holding out hope foolishly that review unit, even though it was only going to be here temporarily, was still coming, but alas, no. Anyways, yeah, so that's the move from Unico. I think everybody here is really surprised that we're not getting another arcade, that this is the direction they're going in, but it seems to be a pretty interesting shift. They're looking to get more into the modding community, and it looks like they're trying to go a little bit higher end than what AtGames are doing. They're not trying to copy directly what AtGames are doing. They're trying to go a bit above and beyond. In terms of the PCB, they're promising that it's going to be fairly robust in terms of the games it can deliver. At that price point, I think that it is going to have to be much more improved over the Legends Connect because it's so much more money. But one of the things that will set it aside that AtGames haven't taken the time to do now, AtGames future-proofs their products. They want it to be future-proof. So unfortunately, the Legends Connect in the menu mode outputs to 16.9. There's no option to change it. Hopefully, the offering from Unico that's coming out will actually output to 4x3, so you can see proper menus, especially if you're putting these into Retro Arcades, Bartops, and 3/4 scale arcades that have a standardized 4x3 screen. So that would be something that would set them aside, especially at the price point. In terms of the control stick, I mean, that's going to be a hard sell unless they improve upon the buttons and sticks they used previously. If these are leftover parts from their builds, or they're using some kind of a, economy of scale, I don't know if that's the right term in this, but they're trying to use the same parts they used for the MVSX. Those were lower tiered parts, so that fight stick isn't necessarily going to be a winner unless they beef it up. One other thing they're doing that I am really excited about is the Phoenix monitor series. Let's be honest here, people. CRTs are on the way out. It's a technology that's gone past. We all love it. CRTs are beautiful. What they did, god damn it, they're heavy, but man, oh man, were they great for retro gaming. And unfortunately, as time has gone on, it's getting harder and harder to find CRTs. And even the sternest of arcade operators are resorting to putting LCDs into some of their less favorable arcade machines. But Unico's coming out with their own option. Let's take a look at it. So guys, if you haven't already, Justin, my buddy Console Kits, already did a fantastic video on this product already, but this is the first one that was announced a couple weeks back, the Unico Phoenix monitor set. So they're coming out with a 17-inch CRT replacement that is going to be perfect for turfing out your arcade 1-up monitors. They're also coming out with a 19-inch that, most people who get the arcade 1-up cabinets like to go with a bigger screen. So there's people out there that are just hoarding Dell 20-inch monitors that they turn around and sell to the arcade 1-up community. Neo Geo's coming out with their own product here now. The big one that I am extremely excited about is they're actually coming out with a 27-inch monitor that's going to be perfect for, restoring classic arcade cabinets after their CRTs die and can no longer be replaced, which is a much needed thing. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned by is they've openly said the 5:4 ratio. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was almost 100% certain, like usually these classic games are all in 4:3 ratio, so I could be wrong, but hopefully that's not a problem. We don't have shimmering. I know that's one of the big complaints with the Neo Geo MVSX in the first place, was the games were in 4:3 aspect ratio, but these were coming out in a 5:4 ratio, so I don't know. Anyways, the prices for these will be for the 17-inch, $189, for the 19-inch, $249, and for the 26-inch, $350. I don't know. You guys would know better, especially with the way that the economy's gone now in terms of screen prices, if these are good. They do seem a little bit pricey, so hopefully the quality's really good on them. So anyways, guys, that's just my quick update on what's going on with Unico. This is definitely a direction I wasn't sure the company was going to go in. Like, when they broke into the scene last year, it seemed like they were trying to compete directly with Arcade 1-Up, becoming another licensor and offering a home arcade product in that nature. And I think that's what a lot of people thought they were going to do, but they've kind of gone on a different path and showed some versatility here, that not only can they work in the recreational, I don't know what to call it, the recreational home arcade space, the replication home arcade space, like we see with these multicades behind me and with the arcade 1-Up cabinets, but they're also trying to appeal to real arcade collectors and arcade enthusiasts, and the need for arcade monitors in the future after the CRTs become impossible to find. So it's a very interesting move and very cool. I'm going to say, I'm going to scratch my head and ask some questions. Is there a need for these products in terms of what can this new Unico Home Arcade PCB do compared to a Legends Connect? Is it going to be much better? And then seeing that fight stick and knowing the quality of the controls in the Neo Geo MVSX. Still haven't tried it myself, so I'm going by what other people have said. With that not being so good, is that a good product? And then seeing the price points. I don't know, guys. That's entirely up to you. You guys are the judge of all this. What do you think of what's going on with Unico? Are you happy with their announcements? Were you hoping they were going to come out with more arcade products, another Neo Geo release or another arcade release styled after the MVSX? Or are you interested to see where they're going? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, guys, thank you so very much for watching. This is Michael B. the Game Genie. and I'll talk to you next time.